Hello and welcome to my channel on the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's find out what's been on the hook. A lot of things on the hook as usual. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I had a great weekend as well. Beautiful weather here. It's a little cloudy, but it's nice and cool. And I'm able to wear my winter crochet garments. And I hope that you are doing the very same thing. A couple of things I want to tell you. First of all, it's happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and this is the day we celebrate the life and times of Martin Luther King, who was a leader in the civil rights movement. So if you have the day off, I hope you have a great time having the day off. Most people are. I think the banks and the post offices are closed. It's a federal holiday. But I'm not taking the day off. I'm going to spend my day working on a video to send out to you, my very favorite people. So welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my returning subscribers. Thank you so very much for being here. I had a wonderful video last week. Everybody loved it. And Crystal is still wearing my Outlander shawl. She's been sitting by the window enjoying the warmth of it. I know some people wanted to see the back one more time. This is the back, and let me back up just a little bit. This is the end of the shawl right here, and you can make the shawl as large as you want. I wanted to remind you that you can keep crocheting as long as you want, and that makes the shawl wider and bigger, so that if you're a bigger person around the middle, you'll probably want to keep going crocheting until you feel comfortable with the ends to where they get that right about here. This is where mine ends, right here, and then I have the ties on to tie them together, and that way they'll hold the back of the shawl down. This can be as long as you want. It can be quite beautiful and long because you have that beautiful stripe running down the edge of your shawl, and everyone loved this pattern. I had so many people purchase the pattern. Thank you so much. If you were in the community, and you can join down in the description box, you would have received an offer code to buy this pattern or any pattern in my shop for a deep discount, and that is why I do that. I send out an email every time I release a pattern, and you get that great discount offer code for about a week or week and a half, something like that. So if you want to use that, you certainly can on any pattern in my shop. Again, this is the Outlander shawl. I love it, love it, love it. This is one of my favorites. I actually started another one in some best value yarn from Mary Maxim, and I decided that I didn't want another shawl in that same color. This is the color that I made the city skirt from, and Crystal is wearing the city skirt. This is a beautiful skirt. I wanted to make the shawl to go with the skirt, and I changed my mind because I was watching TV and I made a bunch of mistakes, and I didn't want to continue on crocheting, so I just frogged the whole thing out. It was an experiment, so it's not a big deal. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that I just love this Outlander shawl too, and I'm glad y'all like it as well. Thank you for supporting my Etsy shop. That's how I run my video. That's how I buy my new yarns and how I come up with patterns. I spend time and effort doing those things for you, and so thank you for supporting my Etsy shop. If you have any questions, you can email those to me at Jeanne@onthehookcrochet.com. That address is down in the description box as well. So again, thank you for your support. Thank you for your great response on my Outlander shawl. I love it too, and I have plans to make one more Outlander item. It was in I think season 2, and you can see it there. It's a cape shawl, and it's quite gorgeous, and I'm coming up with an easy pattern in order to get that on the hook for you, so be looking for that in the future. Now, today is January 16, and today is the first day of the Hobbii Challenge. I was contacted to create a garment out of 4 solid colors in order to join the Hobbii Challenge, in which people are celebrating the fact that they can make something beautiful, a garment, in 4 solid colors, not variegated, and create something beautiful by mid-February. And I think the date is the 23rd. I'll have to look that up. But the Hobbii Challenge is for this month, and I have not received my yarn yet. I ordered it, but apparently it takes a little while to get to my place, so I haven't received my yarn yet. But later in the program, I'm going to talk about another garment that I'm making from Hobbii yarn in the same vein, so we'll talk about that later. But this is about trying to get over the winter blues, and the winter blues can really affect some people, especially if you live up north. You don't see a lot of sun, you don't get a lot of vitamin D, and so you become sad, and we don't want you to be sad. We want no shades of gray in these garments. So if you want to join with me and make one of those garments out of 4 different colors, solid colors, and send me a picture, and when we finish the Hobbii challenge, I'll put those pictures up on my video, and I'll also show you what I've made. Now I'd like to show the progress that I'm making as I move through this sweater, and the sweater I'm going to make, I believe, is going to be the multicolor cardi. I ordered yarn in 4 different colors and 4 different colors of mohair to go with those, and on Hobbii you can actually order wool yarn and then order the mohair, and they're the same exact color. You can create a whole new kind of yarn with the mohair and the wool. That's what I'm doing with this particular project. So I'm excited to show it to you. Maybe I'll hop on here later this week if I get my yarn, and I'll show you the yarn that I'm going to be using. But this is in a response to the winter blues. So be sure that you are thinking about spring things. Spring's coming up. It won't be long. It'll be a couple of months getting here. So in that time frame, you can order some yarn from Hobbii and start your challenge as well. So you can begin your garment using 4 colors, beautiful colors, no shades of gray. And that's the whole idea here with the Hobbii challenge. So thank you for watching my video, and hopefully you'll follow along with me when I make my garment for the Hobbii challenge. So I'll put some links down in the description box and in the title. And this particular challenge is sponsored by Hobbii, and they are sending me the yarn to make the garment. So I'm really excited about getting started. I hope it gets here very, very soon. Well, I found out this weekend that I have 2 new subscribers that I'm very proud of. Those are my 2 grandsons, Colin and Quinn. Of course, there's little Franklin, who's 4, and he probably watches my videos as well, but they have been subscribed and are liking my videos. So thank you, Colin and Quinn, and also Franklin, and I welcome you to Gigi's channel. I'm so excited you're here. I hope you enjoy watching your Gigi. When you can't see me in person, you can watch my videos. So welcome to my new subscribers. Today I am wearing the Canyon pullover, and this is a blast from the past, and that's going to be one of the titles in my video. I am pulling from the past to make garments that I designed last year, and I really love this. I was looking through my prototypes, which you can see right here. I have two actually, let's go this way. I have 2 garment racks. There's one here, and there's one behind it too, full of prototypes that I've made for my patterns. And I was scrolling through my winter patterns there, right there. You can see them. Oh, what? I can't get used to this camera. Right here. And I found my Canyon pullover. And in honor of my giveaways from last week and this week, I am giving away some Heartland yarn, and that's the yarn that I use to make the Canyon pullover. So I'm going to stand up and show this to you right now. Okay, here's a look at my Canyon pullover. This was designed last year by me, and it is a 3/4 length over sweater is what I would call it. It is crocheted from the top down, and it is in 2 different colors, and I used the black Canyon tweed and the Lion Brand Heartland yarn for the yoke and for the sleeve bands and for the bottom band. So it is almost half and half, the 2 colors. This is Joshua Tree. This is a beautiful olive green Heartland yarn that is a good match for the black. I tried in several colors matching, and I finally decided on the Joshua Tree for the main color of the pullover, and for the black Canyon tweed for the contrast, because I plan to wear it with the black turtleneck. So that's what I wear with a lot of my sweaters, a black turtleneck, because it's a neutral color. And I really love these 2 colors together, the Joshua Tree and the black Canyon tweed. And I'll turn around and show you the back. This is the back of the sweater. There is a lot of ease in here, and I put in more ease than I would in this year's designs. I think I was really going out and out with the ease last year, and there was probably maybe 10 or 12 inches of ease in this sweater, and I may have lost a couple of pounds too, so that probably makes a difference. But it is a very loose fit, as you can see. It's very, very loose. And it's very comfortable, though. I like hanging around in it. It's kind of a fun sweater to wear. And I also wear it to church with a black knee-length skirt and black boots. And so it looks really pretty in the wintertime for that. and I'll probably wear that this coming week. I dug this out and I just thought, this is a beautiful sweater. I need to focus on this today and let y'all take a look at it. It's again crocheted from the top down. It's using a 7mm hook, and I'll come and talk to you about that right now. This is a 7mm hook. This is a clover hook. It is not a lettered. It doesn't have a letter on it like a G, H, or an I. This is a 7mm hook, and I call it my yellow clover, and it is a really nice size for this particular yarn. This is a size 4 weight yarn, but it's a large yarn. It's a hefty yarn, so you can size up on your hook just a little bit, and that's what I did. This is a 7mm hook. I would normally use probably a 6.5K, which is the green hook from Clover. It's a little bit smaller than this one. This is a little, let me get that over there. This is a little bit bigger than the K hook, which is on top here. So I sized up on my hook, and the crocheting went very, very quickly. I made it in practically no time, and you can do the same. It's a very scoop neck style, and it's made to be worn with a turtleneck under it because it is a lace pattern. The whole sweater is lace on the body and to the arms, and then I just used a basic stitch right here for the sleeves, and then again for the band at the bottom. So it's not a difficult sweater at all to make. You can make it in your size as well because it's a flexible crochet, as I usually do in my designs. Actually, I always do in my designs. You use the measurements that fit you, and it fits you the first time. Now you add ease to your measurements. So if you're measuring 40 around the hip, then you add 2 or 4 or 6 inches of ease, however many you want. And when you get to that point, you will make sure that you are crocheting that wide. Now this is a very wide sweater. Look at that. See, it has a lot of ease in it because I took the sweater all the way down to here before I broke for the sleeves, and that took me way down here under my armpit. My armpit is actually up here, and so I crocheted quite a bit farther there to increase the size of the body. And when I did that, I added ease to it, which is fine. It's very, very comfortable. Love the Lion Brand Heartland brand yarn. I am not sponsored by Lion Brand in any possible way. But I do love their yarns. I do love just about every yarn that they make. And I don't mind using my designs to show off their yarn because it is quite beautiful, especially this Black Canyon tweed. It's a very beautiful, beautiful black yarn, but it's got a lot of tweed in it. So it's a very distinctive looking yarn. And this is the pattern that I use, the Canyon Pullover right here. It's from 2022, but a lot of y'all have never seen this on me, so I thought I would wear it today. So I hope you like it. Well, here is a blast from the past. I started this sweater last year, and I'm using my Winter Stripes pattern, which is out on my Etsy shop. I use that for quite a few things. In fact, I may use that for my Hobbii challenge. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that one or not. It's either that or my multicolor Cardi pattern. Those are two of my favorites right now, easy to make and easy to adjust for different kinds of yarn. And this I started last year. This is a top-down Winter Stripes pattern without winter stripes. It's no stripes. I've just decided to make it all in one yarn, and this is Tweedy Sheep number 4. It's a worsted weight yarn from Knit Crate, which is no more. Knit Crate is not available anymore. You might have some of this in your stash, who knows, but I have 4 hanks of this, and I hope that'll be enough. It looks like it's going to be plenty. I might have had 5. I don't know. I'll have to check and see how many yards I used of it. But I'm using a K hook with this. Let me find my K hook. My K hook is a 6.5mm. This is the Clover hook that I'm using with this Tweedy Sheep Vita Lana Knit Crate. And this is a kind of a fat worsted. Let me get it up there where you can see it. See, it's a big yarn. It's a full 4 weight yarn. It's not a skimpy 4 weight at all. It's pretty good size, so you can see that right there. I'm using a K hook to crochet this, and it's turning out just fine. I quit crocheting on this because I was distracted, and I put it away, and I found it in one of my project bags, and I thought I just really need to get that out and finish it. I'm on Sleeve Island, as you know, that happens sometimes, and right over here I've started the sleeve already. I already have about 3 or 4 rows of the sleeve done, and I will make this long sleeve. The sleeves will be fitted not blousy like this one that I have on. This is a little bit blousy. See how it hangs down a little bit? These will be more fitted. This is a full wool spiced cranberry is the colorway. Sorry, I meant to mention that. Spiced cranberry. Beautiful, beautiful 4-weight wool. I'm sure it's 100% wool. It's probably, I'm not sure what it is. Merino wool, maybe. I don't know. But it's beautiful, and it's tweed, so it's had the little tweed pieces in it. So that adds a lot of interest to a yarn. You don't have to do a lot of special crochet stitches for that. So I'm just using a basic crochet stitch to make this. Not much ease in it. I have a little bit of ease, maybe 4 inches total around the body. And then I added a rib at the bottom, which is in the pattern. This is what the rib looks like in the Vitalana tweed. There it is. Turned out real pretty. I like that rib that I created. I don't like the kind that you crochet over to the end and then crochet back. You crochet over to the end and crochet back. I don't really like those. I like using the double crochet back post, front post rib. That way you don't have to count stitches, and if you're off a stitch or two, it's not a tragedy. I haven't really had a lot of luck with the other kind of ribbing, but not to say I won't ever use it. But on this particular sweater, that's what I used at the bottom, and it turned out just fine. Now I'm 100% sure that I changed to a J hook right here. I probably downsized my hook because I wanted the ribbing to hug my body a little bit more than stick out. We don't want it to stick out. That's why I usually switch to a smaller hook when I'm doing ribbing at the bottom of a sweater. If I start at the bottom, I usually use a smaller hook to start, and then I change to a larger hook to do the body. And that way the ribbing hugs your body a little bit better than sticking out. You don't want it to stick out. Anyway, that is a blast from the past. I'd like to finish this. I hope I can find some time to finish it because it's wool and it'll be great for this winter when I'm trying to stay warm. Another project I have on my hook is a 4-color sweater that I think I told the story last week that Hobbii had asked me to do this No Shades of Gray challenge. I ordered the yarn and paid for it myself because I thought that's what I was supposed to do, and they offered to pay for the yarn, and they will be a sponsored it'll be a sponsored garment when I finish, but not this one. I'm going to get some more yarn from Hobbii, and they're sending it to me. Hopefully I'll have that this week. And but I started this, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this. This is a beautiful sweater, and it is done in 4 different colors. This is kind of a early spring sweater. I will be wearing this maybe with a tank top under it, not sure. It's not hot. It doesn't seem to be like it's going to be hot. It seems to be very cool, but it's all wool, and I love the colors in that. Aren't they beautiful? I'm going to do 2 repeats. So I started right here, orange, yellow, green, orange, and then I'll do yellow and green, and then I'll stop probably for the underarm. That'll probably take me all the way to the underarm where I'll break for the sleeves, and then I'll start the body, leave a place for the sleeves, and start the body, and hopefully finish that pretty soon. But these are the 4 colors. Let me get them up there where you can see them. It's Easy Care Merino by Hobbii. Beautiful yarn, very soft and smooth, but they wanted me to use a different yarn, so I chose a different yarn and some mohair as well to go with it, as I said earlier in the show. So this was my sort of early Hobbii No Shades of Gray, but I'm getting some yarn to do another garment. So I'll be doing probably 2 garments this month in the Hobbii No Shades of Gray challenge. I have another blast from the past. Last year I started a beautiful sweater with City Tweed, and this is City Tweed, one of my favorite yarns. DK Weight Coastal is the color, and look at that. Let me get it over here where you can see it. It's a beautiful blue. That is a gorgeous blue right there. And some of the tweeds in here are browns and blacks. So I thought this is perfect for a cardigan sweater. A cardigan sweater that I can wear into the spring, and it'll be nice and warm. This is wool, and let me see what it's made from. If it says here, They're 123 yards on the skein. It's, of course, a DK size, and it's 55% merino wool, 25% alpaca, and 20% Donegal tweed, which are the specks in there. There's quite a few of those, so they consider that 20%. And again, is that gorgeous? And the blues are a little bit, they're different shades of blue in here. It's not all one color. See, there's some lighter blues and some darker blues, just very little difference in the colors, but just enough to give it interest. Look, see how pretty that is. Love this. This is City Tweed again. I think I ordered this from Stylecraft. I'm not really sure, but you can just Google City Tweed. It comes in worsted and it comes in a DK size. I think those are the two sizes it comes in. They may have expanded their line. I don't know. But this is what I have so far. I'm making again, multicolored cardie out of this in a different way. And the bottom will have will have some rib along the bottom, but up about an inch into it, I'm adding a row of lace. And this is made a little bit differently from my other rows of lace, but I do love the way it turned out. So this will go all the way around the bottom of the sweater. It'll be like right about here, and then I'm going to add ribbing at the, let me step back, at the very bottom. I'll be adding ribbing here. So I'm making it right about this width around my body. So what I do is I usually chain up to the measurement around my body to where it will meet in the front like this. It'll meet in the front, and then when I add the trim on the front on both sides of the front, then that will take up some room and it'll be right about like that, and the two sides will meet in the front. So let me get that over there so you can see it. This is pretty much how I measure for my multicolor cardie. I don't put a lot of ease in it because you can always add ease when you do the ribbing. You can add some stitches to that. You can do that if you want to. It's not a difficult pattern to fit to yourself because it's a cardigan and it has a lot of play in here. You don't have to be so exact, but I do like to add a little bit of ease in it so it'll be comfortable. But I plan to wear this with a black t-shirt underneath or something like that in the early spring. So it's just beautiful light color. So I really love it. I love the color of this. And I had a sweater quantity of it, probably 8 or 10 little balls. Now these are half balls. They're like 50 grams. And a regular size skein is usually 100 grams. So these come in little bitty balls. I don't like that in the fact that you have to tie in so many ends. That's the only reason I don't like this size, but they are easy to manage. They don't get tangled. I really like that about the 50 gram balls, but they also leave a lot of ends, so you have to tie those in at the end of your project. Now, I did find inside the bag, I had started another sweater, and I'll be frogging this out. But I had started another sweater. Let me show you what I found in here. I thought, wow, when did I even do that? But I was experimenting, of course, and I did one part of a pretty sweater. It was going to be a pullover, but I really don't want a pullover. I wanted a cardigan that I could wear with different things underneath. So I'll be frogging this out. But I already had the neckline shaped right here. See my stitch markers, the shaped neckline all the way up, looks like to the shoulder. I was just about finished with it, so it was right about like that. Let me get this down here. It was like that, and I was going to add another side right here, but you know, and I could have done that, but I think I'm just going to frog this out. And I was also making it with an H hook, and that's a very small hook, and it was almost too thick. It was thick though, you couldn't see through it. I wouldn't have to wear anything under it, but with wool, you just about want to wear something underneath it. Anyway, I found that, and then I found a whole lot of other yarn. The coastal blue yarn is so beautiful, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to start a multicolor cardie, and if I need that other yarn, I will frog it out and use it, or I might give it away in a giveaway. And I wanted to show you that. And this is also one of my embroidered bags. I have a few of these left if you're interested. On the last email, I showed a picture of it at the bottom of the email, so you can take a look at it. But I love these bags. I have them all over the house. got several projects going. I've always enjoyed having those bags in my studio. Another announcement I have is that I received kit number 2 for my Holiday Spice Afghan project that I'm doing with Annie's in conjunction with Annie's, and I'm really excited about getting started on this one. This is where I'll be doing these triangles right here on either side, on all 4 sides of the initial square that I did. So I will be posting a video with the unboxing for this kit, and also later on in that video I'll just show you what it looks like after it's crocheted. So it's a 2-part, and you'll get to see the unboxing and the finished product without having to wait. So I'll be doing that probably in the next few days. I'll have that out because I plan to try to get this crocheted up, and then I'll wait for kit number 3, and that'll be next month. So be looking for that. Quick look at my diamond painting. Here's a little video. It's just a couple of minutes to show you what I've done on my diamond painting this week. Another fast look at my angel playing a flageolet. This is the progress I've made. Last time I was right in here somewhere, and now I've moved over, finished this square right here, and I've moved up into this square. And I just finished this last night, and there's a look at the angel's wings. They're very beautiful. There's a lot of confetti in here. That means lots of colors. They look very similar, but they are different. So you have to look at, let's take a look at this just real quick. The confetti that you're looking at, all the different symbols in here. Some of these are color blocked. That's not too bad. But some of this is just all mixed up, and you have to do 1 square of one and 2 squares of another, and you have to be careful with your colors. So this is a beautiful, beautiful start on the wings, and I'll pan back just a little bit so you can see where I am here. This is just the back side of the wings, and of course they'll look very similar all through here. And I thought I might take this whole section, but I've changed my mind. It's just too much confetti, so I'm going to proceed with this square right here. As you can see, I've gotten it ready, and I'm ready to go tonight. I'll be starting on that square. So the progress is slow, but it's going to be quite beautiful. And I'll put a picture here of what it's supposed to look like, the whole canvas when I'm finished with it, but for now, I have all of this left to do up here at the top. Let me pan back a little bit more. There we are. All of this at the top, and I'll be finished with the painting. So I look forward to showing you more progress next week. Hopefully I can get quite a few squares done before next video. Now let's talk about giveaways. I'm so excited. I'm giving away lots of magazines. My grandsons have these programs at school, and they say sign up for a magazine, and always there's a crochet or a Crochet World magazine that I can sign up for. I pay a little bit there, and then every month or every season it comes in, and I get to give it away to one of my subscribers. Not anything different this week. I'm giving away the Crochet magazine. This is by Annie's. Love this magazine. There are some beautiful patterns in here, and one is this beautiful pink sweater on the front. I think this is a cotton sweater. I'm pretty sure that's a cotton sweater, but the keyword was pink. So if you put that in your comment, then you'll be in the running for the Crochet magazine. We're going to give that away in just a minute. Also, I have some Heartland yarn, and that's what I made this canyon pullover out of. I did. I'm giving away some Heartland yarn, and this is the brown Heartland yarn. This is called Grand Canyon. This is called Grand Canyon, a beautiful brown, kind of a beigey color, really pretty. I'm giving away that, and I'm also giving away 2 skeins of this beautiful Mount Rainier tweed. This is the gray tweed that I showed last week. So gorgeous. Here, let's turn it this way because it'll be right side up. I'm trying to get used to this camera. Someday I will. This is the Mount Rainier tweed. This is the gray color with all the beautiful specks of tweed in it. So that's a beautiful combination of colors. And I have 2 skeins of that I'm giving away. Enough for a hat or a cowl or something like that. You might enjoy making those, and those keyword was tweed on that. Also, I'm giving away 3 skeins of Lion Brand Superwash Merino. And this is the colorway Ice. It's a kind of a light gray. I wanted to leave it in the bag, but this is the light gray. Beautiful yarn. I love this. I made my front and center poncho and my hat, which is right there. I made my front and center articles out of this, and I'm also using it in my little throw that I'm designing, this Jeannie's Granny throw, and I'm not showing that this week because I haven't done a whole lot on it. I've made a couple of squares, but until I get farther along with it, I probably won't show it again. But I'm using this type of wool. This is the Superwash Merino in Lime brand, and there's the tag on it, 100% Superwash Merino, and it is very, very soft, I have to say. I really like it, and I love my poncho that I made out of this. It's so soft when you put it on. It's just, it begs you to wear it all day long. Such a nice feeling when you squish it. It's just really super, super nice. So I'm giving away 3 skeins of that, and on each skein, I think I said last week, but I couldn't find it on here again. Oh, here it is. There are 306 yards on the skein, so you have 900 and some odd yards of Superwash Merino to do with as you please. And this is DK weight, by the way, DK weight. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these gifts this week. All right, here we are at our computer, and we're going to select our 3 winners for today. And we are now looking at the comment for the Crochet Magazine, and that comment had to say pink in it. So we have 176 people looking for that. And let's find out who wins the Crochet Magazine for this week. And that would be Patty Royce. Patty Royce, you have won the Crochet Magazine. So congratulations. Please send me your mailing address and I will get that out to you in a hurry. All right, so we want to write the word tweed in here, and that would be for the Heartland yarn. I have to answer a question here. That would be number 3. And let's find out how many people were looking for the Heartland yarn. And that would be 233. Oh, y'all really like that. Okay, so the Heartland yarn winner is Camper 14. Camper 14. You have won the Heartland yarn from Lion Brand. So congratulations. Please email me your mailing address. Congratulations. All right, now the last one is ice, and we're going to use that for the keyword. And let's go down here. Whoops. Let's go down here. We have to answer a question. 7 and 6 is 13. And sorry about this camera work. There is no camera work here. It's Jeannie holding her iPhone up to the computer. All right, 217 people wanted that. And let's go over here and find out who wins the Lion Brand Superwash Merino yarn, and that would be Marie K. Marie K, you have won the Lion Brand Superwash Merino yarn. Congratulations to our winners. And also, if you haven't won anything yet, you will win something, I promise, because I do this every single week, and if you stay with it long enough, I believe you will win. So I'm not guaranteeing that, but I think you will. So stay with it. And thank you for joining in with me on my giveaways. I so appreciate y'all watching my videos and commenting down below, making up those cute sentences with all the words in them. I think that is so awesome. So congratulations to our winners this week. I have a quick announcement about the Easy Lacy cowl that I talked about last week. I made an omission in the pattern, and on row 4 you would double crochet in each double crochet and each chain 1 space going across. Now you may have already figured that out, but Susan Stone wrote me and said what happens on row 4. So I'm going to put the correction down in the description box. You just do a double crochet in each double crochet and in each chain 1 space, and I left that chain 1 space out. So you would do that all the way across just like you would on any other row. Be sure to read the directions down in the description box. It's just 1 line, but I will just announce that now so you can look at it if you need to. And I don't think you'll need it, but Susan, thank you so very much for writing me about that. I usually make everything twice, and I didn't really do that with this particular pattern, so I missed that one little piece there. So be sure to look down. Row 4, Easy Lacy Cowl, has a bit of a correction on that. Now let's talk about next week's giveaways. Excited to give these things away because they've been sitting in my stash. This is the Mandala watercolors by Lion Brand, of course, one of my favorite companies, not sponsored. here is the colorway, and the colorway is so beautiful. I'm trying to think of what color it is. It is Wild Pansy. This is Wild Pansy. I have 2 cakes of this to give away, and on each cake, I'm just twisting this around here so I can read it while you look at it. 164 yards on the cake, and it's a number 5 bulky, so that's a lot of yards. And I actually have 2 of these to send out next week. So the mandala watercolors, and the keyword is water, W-A-T-E-R, water, as in watercolors. So that is the keyword for these 2 cakes for next week. So be sure you put that in your comment if you're interested in those. And they make a beautiful cowl or something like that. Just beautiful, beautiful colors. Now, second of all, I have another Crochet World. Actually, this was one, and the winner said she already had the magazine, and so I offered her a skein of yarn, and she loved it. She took it, and I sent that off to her. So that was a good substitution for her, and I believe that was Lisa. So thank you so much for being flexible. It's always good to be flexible. Always good to be flexible. So anyway, this is going out next week. The keyword again is World, W-O-R-L-D, and you will be in the running for this new Crochet World magazine. This is the one that contains Pam Barton's shawl patterns. Beautiful. She's one of our YouTubers. Pamela's Adoring Crochet. I'll put a link to her channel down below, and she submitted a pattern, and is quite gorgeous. And so that pattern is in here in the Crochet World magazine. So this will be going out next week to someone who puts the word world in their comment down below on this video. So be sure you do that, and you'll be in the running for this beautiful magazine. Lots of great patterns in there as well. Love the patterns. Now, in keeping with the Heartland theme of this video, I'm giving away 4 skeins of Heartland yarn, and one is the Joshua Tree that I'm wearing now on my Canyon pullover, and then the other 3 are called Glacier Bay, and they're the blue Heartland yarn. So gorgeous. Look at that. And they're tonals. They're not exactly all blue. They have some purple in there too, so they give you a beautiful color when you crochet these up. So I have a Joshua Tree and 3 Glacier Bay colorway yarn skeins from Line Brand. Beautiful Heartland yarn. So again, that's Heartland yarn, and not sponsored, but do love this yarn. It's beautiful made up. As you can see, I really like it. And then I also have a skein of Line Brand Vanna's Choice in the colorway Barley, and this is the kind of a brown color. You could use this for a color work or something like that. So that is actually going out this week with the other 4, the Heartland yarns. Those will all be going out. Let me get that over there. There's the brown one right there. There it is. Someday I'll get the hang of this camera. I don't know. But those will be the giveaways for next week. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please like this video. That helps me so much grow my channel. Thank you for supporting my Etsy shop, and thank you for subscribing. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell. I had several people say that they have been unsubscribed from my channel. I think, I can't imagine that. So please check to see that you're subscribed and that you click the bell so that you'll see all my videos that are coming out. Now, I have a video coming out about the Holiday Spice Afghan from Annie's. That'll be coming out in the next few days. Hopefully I'll get that out before my Hobbii yarn gets here, and then I might do a special video for that. I don't know. It depends on how far I get on my project. So I hope I see you next week, and join me then to find out what's on the hook.